Once upon a time, in a small mountain village surrounded by serene landscapes, there lived a wise man named Kaito. His reputation spread far and wide for his deep understanding of inner peace and the art of not getting angry. People from distant lands journeyed to seek his guidance and learn the secrets of tranquility. Kaito's dwelling was a simple wooden cottage, nestled amidst vibrant gardens and the soothing melodies of a nearby waterfall. He spent his days in quiet contemplation and meditation, welcoming those who sought solace with open arms. One day, a troubled young man named Ryu arrived at Kaito's doorstep. His face was etched with frustration, and the storm of anger within him was evident in his eyes. Ryu bowed respectfully to the Zen master and expressed his desire to find peace within. Kaito, with a compassionate gaze, invited him to sit. "Welcome, Ryu. I sense the turmoil within you. Let us embark on a journey together to discover the path to inner calm," Kaito said. Ryu began by sharing the source of his anger, describing how he often reacted impulsively to challenging situations, letting anger take control of his emotions. Kaito nodded knowingly. Anger is like a storm that clouds the clarity of our minds. To overcome it, we must first understand its roots. The Zen master then shared a parable with Ryu, aiming to illustrate the impermanence of life and the importance of perspective. In a small village, there was a farmer who owned a magnificent horse. One day, the horse escaped from the stable and ran away. The villagers gathered around the farmer, expressing their sympathy for his misfortune. The farmer simply replied, "Who knows if this is a blessing or a curse?" A few days later, the lost horse returned, bringing with it a herd of wild horses. The villagers were amazed at the farmer's good fortune, yet he calmly said, "Who knows if this is a blessing or a curse?" Soon after, the farmer's son attempted to ride one of the wild horses but was thrown off and broke his leg. The villagers once again offered their condolences. The farmer, undisturbed, uttered, "Who knows if this is a blessing or a curse?" Later, a war broke out, and the emperor's soldiers arrived, conscripting all able-bodied young men for the battle. The farmer's son was spared due to his injury. The villagers, realizing the wisdom of the farmer's perspective, marveled at the unpredictable nature of life. Kaito looked at Ryu and said, "Life is filled with ups and downs, much like the story of the farmer. The key to not getting angry lies in accepting the impermanence of circumstances and understanding that what may seem like a setback could be a hidden blessing." Ryu pondered over the parable and began to grasp the essence of Kaito's teachings. The Zen master then introduced Ryu to mindfulness meditation, guiding him to observe his thoughts without judgment. As Ryu delved into the practice, he discovered a space within himself that transcended the grip of anger. Days turned into weeks, and Ryu continued his journey under Kaito's guidance. They explored the principles of compassion, forgiveness, and gratitude. Kaito shared another story, this time about a monk who faced relentless insults yet remained undisturbed. One day, Kaito recounted, a disgruntled traveler approached the monk and showered him with insults, hoping to provoke a reaction. The monk listened patiently and replied, "If someone offers you a gift and you refuse to accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The traveler, perplexed, admitted that the gift would remain with the giver. The monk smiled and said, "Similarly, your insults remain with you. I choose not to accept them." Ryu realized that the power to not get angry lay in his own hands. He could choose how to respond to the provocations of life, just as the monk chose not to accept the unwanted gift of insults. Kaito emphasized the importance of cultivating a resilient and calm mind through consistent practice. As weeks turned into months, Ryu's transformation became evident. The storm of anger that once clouded his being had subsided, making way for a serene and composed spirit. Kaito acknowledged Ryu's progress but reminded him that the journey toward inner peace was continuous. One day, as they sat in silent meditation, Ryu asked Kaito, "Master, how can I ensure that I stay on this path and do not succumb to anger once more?" Kaito chuckled softly and replied, "The river does not resist the rocks in its path, it simply flows around them. Similarly, you must learn to flow with the currents of life, adapting without resistance. The more you embrace the present moment and release attachment to outcomes, the less power anger will have over you." To reinforce this lesson, Kaito took Ryu on a nature walk. They strolled through the village, observing the ebb and flow of life around them. Kaito pointed to a cherry blossom tree, its delicate flowers swaying in the breeze. The cherry blossom does not cling to its blossoms when the season changes. It gracefully lets go, trusting in the cycle of nature. Likewise, you must learn to let go of expectations and embrace the beauty of each moment. Ryu nodded, absorbing the wisdom of Kaito's words. The journey continued, and Kaito imparted teachings on the interconnectedness of all beings and the importance of cultivating a compassionate heart. Through guided meditations and reflective exercises, Ryu deepened his understanding of the profound truth that anger was not an external force but a response generated within. In time, word of Ryu's transformation spread throughout the village, inspiring others to seek Kaito's guidance. The humble Zen master welcomed each seeker with the same compassion and wisdom, sharing the timeless teachings that transcended cultural boundaries and touched the essence of the human experience. As the years passed, Ryu became a beacon of peace in the village, embodying the lessons he had learned from Kaito. The once angry young man had evolved into a compassionate and serene soul, contributing to the harmony of the community. Kaito, content in his role as a guide on the path to inner peace, continued to share his teachings with those who sought refuge in the mountain village. His legacy lived on through the transformed lives of those who had learned the art of not getting angry. And so, in the tranquil mountain village, the timeless wisdom of Kaito, the Zen master, echoed through the rustling leaves, the flowing river, and the hearts of those who embraced the journey toward inner peace. The ripple effect of Kaito's teachings reached far and wide, touching the lives of countless individuals who, like Ryu, discovered the transformative power of embracing life with a calm and open heart.